Stop watching Shark Tank, stop reading TechCrunch, and stop thinking that the only way to win at business is by raising millions of dollars. Former Y Combinator partners Michael Siebel and Dalton Caldwell dropped a truth bomb that most people in Silicon Valley don't want to hear. 99% of founders should never raise venture capital. And honestly, you might be infinitely happier and richer if you don't. Hey, my name is Arjun. I'm the founder and CEO of Doula.com, a venture-backed startup that's gone through Y Combinator and raised over $13 million. I play the VC game. I live in this world. And I'm going to explain what I think, why you might want to stay as far away from this as possible, and I'll give you the exact framework to decide if you should bootstrap or raise venture. Let's get into the math. Step one is the jet fuel test. Here's the math. VCs will only invest in a company if they think it can deliver a 100x to 1000x plus return. So the reality check is, you might be ecstatic if you build a profitable business doing 5 million per year, but VCs won't call that a successful outcome. They're looking for 50 million or 500 plus million per year. So here's the takeaway I want to leave you with. Don't put jet fuel into a Toyota Camry. It doesn't make it faster, it destroys it. Step two, the Dalton's friend theory, or what does winning actually look like? Dalton tells this great story of him and his friend when he was grinding, trying to raise tens of millions of dollars for his startup. Meanwhile, he had a friend who was working 7 to 10 hours per week, making 30 to 50K per month. So here you have Dalton on this VC path, asking himself, I'm stressed out of my mind. Am I the idiot? Meanwhile, he has a friend who's gone the bootstrap path, who is making 30 to 50K per month, traveling, getting married, and living life. Here's the lesson, and no one in Silicon Valley will really want to admit this. Dalton's friend won. At the end of the day, winning isn't about the IPO headline. It's about owning a business that funds your freedom. Whether you decide to strap yourself to the VC rocket ship or build a nice, profitable lifestyle business, you can't do it as a hobbyist. The second someone wants to give you jet fuel or give you parts to build your Toyota Camry, you're going to need a business. They're not going to give it to John Doe. And this is why Doula exists. We handle the boring legal stuff so you can focus on winning. So whether you're raising millions or making millions, click the link below to start your business the right way. Step three, the only time you must raise, and I call this the Google rule. So when should you raise? There's actually an answer. It's when you mathematically couldn't exist without raising. Let's use the example of Google. When the Google founders, Larry and Sergey, were starting, they needed millions up front to buy servers. They needed millions up front before they could start making a single dime. At the end of the day, venture capital is for front-loading investments into infrastructure or assets or the team. So the litmus test ultimately is, if you don't need to front-load, if you can get to profitability without raising money, don't raise the money. Keep the business, own the equity, don't sell your freedom. And at the end of the day, it's not a moral decision. It's a business transaction. If you don't need the jet fuel, don't buy it. Now, whether you decide to raise 10 million and strap yourself to the rocket ship or build the profitable Toyota Camry, you have the same problem. You need to acquire customers and acquire a lot of them. The good news is Y Combinator has a brutally simple playbook on how to acquire your first 100 customers and more that works for both paths. Watch that video next.